The Golden Knights, who, by the way, yesterday became the fastest NHL franchise to 300 wins. Could they repeat in 2024?
Question, maybe a stupid one, but I'm just spitballing here.
Can it make you say why not?
That wasn't a stupid question.
It's time for Why Not Wednesday.
I mean, why not?
You know when they say it's so crazy it just might work?
It's so crazy, it just might work. For anybody who's new here, Why Not Wednesday is Mike and I are going to look at a few plus money props, some longer shot odds, and see if it just maybe can make you turn your head and say, why not? I'll place that wager. Let's start with the NFL Combine this week. There are some fun props that have come out with regard to the skills competitions, the 40-yard dash. Mike, can you say why not? To someone breaking the 40-yard dash combine record of a 4.22?
I can. Why not? I mean, this would be fun. This seems like one where, like, if I'm sitting there and I'm bored and it's the middle of the week and I'm watching some combine, I would want to root for the under, right? You don't want to sit there and root for everyone to be slower than 4.22. So to me, this would be a fun one. Pizza money style bet. Because if I was going to actually take this seriously from a handicapping perspective, you'd really want 2 or 3 guys you're targeting to say, okay, they have a legitimate shot to beat this. But for me, it'd be fun to kind of root for the fast time every single time someone steps to the mark.
I would pay money to see you standing in front of your television with your own clock. They got it wrong. This is it. Josh Ross holds the current record set in 2017. 7 prospects since have run sub 4.3 40-yard dashes. And NFL.com's Eric Edholm actually put together a list of 20 potential prospects. He thinks a handful of them could potentially beat that record. So the plus 425, very much so in play. Lots of those former high school track stars, right? Wide receivers, corners, some speedy guys. One speedy guy, Marvin Harrison Jr., who is not going to be participating in any of these major events at the Combine. But could you say why not to him upsetting the apple cart and being the top overall pick in this year's NFL draft, 22-1? Is it enough?
No, not even close to enough. If you gave me 220-1, I would not bet him to be the top overall pick in the draft. So
yeah, I'm with
hard
you.
Pass on this one. There's zero chance he goes number 1. It's going to be a quarterback. Actually, it's going to be Caleb Williams. I'm not one of those tie your money up minus 1,000 guys. This should be more than minus 1,000. Caleb Williams is going number 1. Either the Bears are taking him or someone is going to pay so much in draft capital to go up and get the number 1 pick. They have to take Caleb Williams too. So no interest in any of the long shots in this market.
Yeah, people can try to tell us all they want that somebody else can still get there, that Drake May, you can still take a long shot price on him. I don't see it, and I'm with you, especially with Marvin Harrison Jr. Quarterback is king. There are too many quarterback-needy teams. If not the Bears, someone would be trading up to get him. I'm with you for sure. He's a $9 favorite right now, Caleb Williams is, to go number 1 overall, and I would be legitimately shocked. Like something absurd would have to happen for it not to be Caleb Williams. Speaking of absurd, San Diego State went to a national championship last year. Remarkable run, incredibly fun. Could they make the Final Four again? I don't think so. But at 16-1, could you say why not?
I could say why not to this one. A lot of it matters on the draw and what region they end up with, who ends up inside of that region for them. Obviously, you want to avoid someone like UConn. But this is still a pretty good San Diego State. They're not quite as good defensively as they were last year, but they're coming out of a tough Mountain West. And so I'll give them some credit here. And the price at 16-1 doesn't make me absolutely hate it. Not one I'm running to the window. Again, not something I'm like, yeah, let's put a couple thousand on this one. But this kind of fits the why not format for me. I think it's going to be a wild March Madness. If you like San Diego State, the price isn't that bad.
It is, and it's a tournament, obviously, where there's a lot of volatility. They shocked me last year. I thought that they could be an Elite 8 team. I did not see them getting to a Final Four. I did not see them getting to a national championship. And they had a tough draw, too. They had to go through Alabama, you remember, at that time early on in the bracket, which they did. But my thing about them this year is, looking through their schedule, their struggles away from Viejas Arena. I don't know if a neutral court will be different, but all 7 of their losses this season have been on the road. They beat Utah State by 14 at home, lost by 5 on the road. Beat Nevada by 12 at home, lost on the road. CSU beat them by 16 at home, lost by 8 on the road. It's just a consistent theme, and that's something that worries me here moving forward. Okay, in terms of the NBA MVP, we know that Nikola Jokic is an odds-on favorite right now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has gotten a little bit of love. Maybe you could throw in a Luka. Maybe you could throw in a Giannis. Could you throw in a Jayson Tatum, the best player on the best team in the NBA right now, available at 30-1?
No, he was better last year if you look statistically. Like this is because of how well Boston is playing and because Boston is so good that you're getting more and more of this Tatum buzz. To me, it's really a 3-horse race. I think Luka's the only one that can come down, that can run down both Shea and Jokic down the stretch. To me, look, it's Jokic's award to lose at this point. But Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, if they can get the 1 seed in the West, you can make an argument that he is the guy too. After that, it's Doncic and nobody else for me. So again, this one could be 100-1. I'm probably still not putting anything in on Tatum.
I think the longest I would be willing to go is Giannis, and like the Bucks would really, really have to get it together and take it to a next level in order for me to get there. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is the best, I think, from a plus money price perspective if you're going to bet somebody realistic. But yeah, I can't get there with Jayson Tatum either. How about in the Eastern Conference in general? The Celtics, it seems to be a 2-horse race, and by that 2-horse, I mean the Celtics and everybody else. But could you say why not to Miami at 9-1?
I could say why not to Miami. I can't say why not to Miami at 9-1. I need a bigger price. This is not the same Heat team that we've seen the last couple of years. The Heat just don't feel like the Heat of the past to me here. You still have Spoelstra in there, who's the best coach in the NBA. So that is a huge advantage when you get to the playoffs. It kind of felt like they were sleepwalking a little bit last year, specifically on the offensive side of the ball. They kind of don't have the talent this year that they had last year. So for me, this is too short of a price to get excited about the Heat.
Yeah, when Will was on the show this week, we talked about would you take the Celtics or the field if you had the option, and I think that I would bet the Celtics. I just feel like they're the team that's going to come out of the East. They're so good right now. Let's head out to Major League Baseball. Shohei Ohtani on a new team this year, changing it up from the Reds to the Blues. Probably didn't have to move his house, though. Him, too. Lead Major League Baseball in homers. Also a 9-1 price. He's not pitching this year. Put more attention into the bats.
Yeah, why not? 9-1's not bad, and he's going to hit a bunch of dingers, especially inside that ballpark there at Dodger Stadium. So I don't hate the look here at Shohei Ohtani at 9-1. I think this is, again, not one I'm rushing to the window to bet, but a good pizza money play here to give you some care for the full season. And you got to think that he is going to be better at the plate when he doesn't have to pitch. He's just going to DH for this Dodgers team. To me, it makes a lot of sense.
Could I sell you on a Juan Soto at 15-1? Because just looking at where he's going to bat in the lineup, he's used to being that 3-hole hitter for his career, but now he gets to bat second in front of Aaron Judge, open up some opportunity for him. I kind of like that number.
Yeah, I don't hate the number on Soto either. This home run market, I think, is pretty wide open. I don't hate the Alonso idea either if you want to look toward the Mets. So there's some people that you can get at decent prices here and still gets a nice sweat for the full season.
Let's go to a little hockey. The Golden Knights, who, by the way, yesterday became the fastest NHL franchise to 300 wins. Could they repeat in 2024? The price is 13-1. I know this is a team that's dealt with a lot of injury issues. Their captain, Mark Stone, not available right now. But could you say why not once we get to the final stretch?
Oh, this is close. I wouldn't. Look, it's again, this is price dependent to me because I do think the Golden Knights are one of the handful of teams that could win the Stanley Cup. 13-1 seems a little bit short right now simply because this team doesn't feel as good as last year's team. It just doesn't feel like you have the same consistency. They've been very good at home, struggled a little bit more on the road. You mentioned the injuries. We don't know how healthy they're going to be when we get into the Stanley Cup playoffs here. I think Colorado is better than they were last year. I think Edmonton is better than they were last year. And the East has some good teams, and we also have the Canucks who came up out of nowhere as well. So 13-1, a little bit short. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility the Golden Knights make a playoff run.
Yeah, maybe they could put it together. I would love it. I think my best sports memory of my entire life was last year being in person at Game 5. Just so freaking cool. I love it. Thematically, let's stay with Vegas. The soon-to-be Vegas A's, the Oakland A's. 25-1 just to make the playoffs. Could the A's just put a little bit of a season together? Could we get there?
What's their win total? Isn't it the lowest in all of Major League Baseball? Yeah, no, they're not making the playoffs. They will be better than last year, maybe, but it's not going to be a lot better. And this is still not an easy division for them to be able to win. Their wild card is out of the realm of possibility for them. You see them there, 56.5 wins. Let's say you need 82 at the lowest to make the playoffs. I would almost rather take alt overs on their season win total than play 25-1 to make the playoffs.
For perspective, the A's have as you said, the lowest season win total in all of baseball. The Dodgers season win total is 103.5. My Lord.
Almost double.
My goodness. Okay, we've got to hit the break here real quickly. That was such a fun edition of Why Not Wednesday. Appreciate you playing along.